Hello, welcome back to Mind Your English. I've done a few short videos on British and American pronunciation for various words, and you guys seem to love them. So today I have got a proper lesson for you on the top 10 American versus British food differences. So whether you're learning English or just love language quirks, grab yourself a cuppa, get some biscuits, and let's get started. Most British and American differences come from history. When English spread to America, it mixed with other languages, mainly Spanish, Italian, and Native American words. Meanwhile, back in Britain, we were still being influenced by French from the Norman invasion. So British English kept a lot of French words. American English often adopted Italian or Spanish ones. So they're both correct, they just took different paths. Let's look at the first word. So I'll show you a picture and then I'll give you the British word and then the American word. So here we go. In the UK, we call this coriander. Coriander. In America, they say cilantro. Cilantro. Interestingly, I have recently discovered that Americans do say coriander, but when they're referring to the seeds. So in the UK, the entire plant is just coriander. But in America, cilantro for the leaves and sometimes coriander to mean the seeds. Next one, we have in the UK a spring onion because it grows in the spring. And across the pond in the US, they say scallions or green onion because, well, it's green. So both names make perfect sense. Just pick the one you like the most and stick with that. Next one, in Britain, we say rocket. Rocket, nice and easy. And over in America, they say arugula. Arugula. It's kind of fun to say that word, arugula. Next one, in the UK, we say courgette, courgette. And in America, they say zucchini, zucchini. So another French versus Italian pair, courgette being French, zucchini being Italian. This one, again, is French for the English version. Aubergine. Aubergine. I quite like that word. Aubergine. In America, though, they say eggplant. Eggplant. It's a bit silly, but the reason is because when it first grows, the vegetables look kind of small and white and look like little eggs. This one is my personal favourite. In Britain, we call this a Swede. Swede, short for Swedish turnip. In America, rutabaga. Rutabaga, which is from a Swedish word which I am not very good at pronouncing, but I will try. Rutabaga. And it means root bag or root beetle. So technically, we're both right. We just simplified it in the UK. It's one of those words that remind you how languages evolve differently, even from the same origin. In Britain, we call this an ice lolly, but you might also hear ice pop or ice pole. In America, popsicle is a brand name that became the common word, like Hoover for vacuum cleaner in the UK. This next one is part scientific, part cultural. Technically, prawns and shrimp are slightly different species, but in everyday language, Brits say prawns for everything. Prawns. So, small ones, big ones, although we might sometimes say tiger prawns or king prawns for the bigger ones, whereas Americans just say shrimp. Shrimp. So your prawn cocktail becomes shrimp cocktail in the US. In Britain, this is known as jam. Jam. It's what you spread on toast, or you can have it with scones, made from fruit and sugar. In the US, though, they say jelly. They mean the same thing, but generally in the US, jelly is a bit smoother than jam. So grape jelly in the US is grape jam in the UK, but in the UK, if you ask for jelly, you are going to get our next word, which is this. That wibbly wobbly dessert that kids love at birthday parties. It comes in very, very bright colours. So we say jelly in the UK, whereas in America, they say Jello. Jello, which again is a brand name, but it became so popular that people use this for the dessert in general. So there you have it, my top 10 English versus American food differences. So now when you're watching a British cooking show, you'll know exactly what you're hearing. But remember, neither version is wrong. They simply tell the story of how English evolved in different places. Let me know in the comments, which words do you use in your country and which ones do you think sound better? Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, subscribe for more videos about British English, pronunciation, accent training, grammar rules, and I will see you next time. Cheers! Bye!